Colby, I'm about to tell you to do something that you should just be doing right now.
What's that, Mary?
Run. Run, Colby. Oh my god, run. Oh man, what's going on, guys? My name is Barry.
This is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This.
Got the music.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to a brand new month of the Who Watches This podcast. And this month, Colby has chosen.
Yeah. So I was just kind of going through, and then a buddy of mine, Rich, recommended this movie. We'll use that word loosely. And I was just like, you know what? There's so many movies that have been remade. Like there's like a lack of original stuff. So I was like, why don't we watch some movies and be like, did this movie really need to be remade?
So we're doing a remake. Or did it have to be remade month?
Yes.
But you know, it's funny that you say it like that, like the way you worded it, like you know, about like there's no original movies nowadays, and like it's funny because Pixar came out with something, because they had like a movie that came out recently. It was an original movie, and they're like, it didn't do as well, right?
Right.
And I don't know who's running Pixar's PR team, and this could kind of just be like, whoa. But also, like, it's kind of true, right? Because he's like, you guys want original movies, but no one wants to watch them. And that's why people just keep making remakes. Which is true.
It is like because you got like a lot of really kind of cool like A24 and movies like from these smaller,
Yeah.
but they end up being like, if they hit the theater, they're like one weekend, one night only, and then they're to streaming, if they're not just straight to streaming.
Yeah. But, like, A24 is actually one of the better studios that have been putting out original content, and it's been well received.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, that's the reason I've watched a bunch of their stuff. I really like them.
Yeah, and they're all original. It's just like, unfortunately, like with the bigger studios, they don't want to take chances anymore. And it's like, dude, you don't have to do like a $500 million project. You could do 20 or something and just have
Right.
a good solid story.
Not everything needs to be a blockbuster. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, somebody on TikTok or Instagram or whatever was doing. They were like, how do we save movie theaters? Because like there's like a whole generation now that's like, well, everything's streaming. Why would we go to the movie theater? And then the movie theater, like movies are so expensive, and they came up with like a really interesting idea. They were like, what if it was like you treated movies like concerts? Like if you're going to go see Taylor Swift, you're paying premium price.
Yeah.
You're going to go see Metallica, you're paying premium.
Yep.
But if you're going to go see like, Squirrel Nut Zippers, it's a $5 cover charge, 2-drink minimum, kind of thing. So, why don't they do like, hey, this is like the next Marvel Avengers movie. Yeah, it's $12 a ticket, $15 a ticket. But
Tariffs,
here's Popeye's Revenge. We'll make this $5 a movie. And then like you kind of like scale it to like these small if the movie only costs $4 million to make, you're paying $4 a ticket. If it costs $500 million to make it, you're paying $15 a ticket.
Tariffs. It's all tariffs. That's what we're going to blame it on. That's the economy today. Tariffs. I mean, you can kind of see it because me and Colby were from Las Vegas, and you can kind of see the American economy, how well it's doing by how busy people want to blow money on
it,
gambling.
it's weird. It really, it's not just American economy,
Yeah.
it's world economy, because we're Vegas is like the tourist destination for the world.
Yeah.
And when Vegas is slow, you're like, oh, the whole world is doing poorly. Because I
Or
remember
they just
like,
don't want to come here because of
I
like
well,
stuff, you know?
yeah, well, yeah, because I remember times where like Vegas is booming, and they're all like, oh yeah, the country's kind of going through this like little recession, and everybody's losing jobs, and like, well, I'm like, we're in Vegas, like it's Chinese New Year, and you can't get a hotel room
Yeah.
because
But
everything's sold out, you know.
yeah, but this year it's been raw. It was rough. Like Chinese New
Yeah.
Year's supposed to be busy. It wasn't. But you know that's a topic for another podcast.
Yeah. Right.
That's a topic. You know, I'm sorry I brought it up, but you know, I'm just like tariffs, haha. But it's been rough for my job. But yeah, let's get into introducing the movie.
That's right. We haven't even given us
Yeah,
the name of the movie yet.
and let's go into our Mr. Movie phone or Mr. Movie trailers. This fall, guess who's watching you? While the world falls apart, William Radford is watching it all burn. But he's also watching what's in your fridge. As alien as aliens attack, can he save both the world and his family? Let's find out in 2025's War of the Worlds, starring Ice Cube as a government intelligent worker. Oh, well, I don't want to say it like that. As a government computer hacker surveillance guy. Ava Longoria, who's working at NASA, or as Ice Cube likes to say it, NASA.
He does. Yep.
Which, like, almost made me doubt. Have I been saying NASA wrong this entire time? Because Ice Cube told me it's NASA. And the guy who plays Agent Collins in the Marvel movies. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Today we're going to be talking about the webcam movie 2025 War of the Worlds, which was it freaking who by the book? The book War of the Worlds is by H.G. Wells.
Yes.
But
Orson Welles?
Orson Welles, one of the Wells.
Wells, yeah, so some
Wells. Well. We'll never know. Yeah, which is like it could be like I brought it up when Colby talked about this. It's like, is this a remake or is it like another POV?
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's basically pretty much a remake because War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise was what 12 years ago, 14 years ago.
Yeah.
And graphics wise, a much better movie. And this has to be like I'm pretty sure this is like one of the biggest just ads that I've ever watched.
Right.
For Amazon.
And you were totally right. H.G. Wells, not Orson Welles.
Oh man. But really I'm gonna kinda go through this like whole plot like a 20-minute YouTube video. Because it's what are you supposed to really talk about, right? This is all happening on his computer, but we get introduced to Ice Cube, who is logging onto his computer. He's playing the character William Radford, and you know it's kind of just like how you would start any office job. You put your Spotify on, you kind of boot up your computer, you log in, you check your emails to see if you miss anything over the days that you've been off. But his is a little bit more special because he works for DHS, which is a data collection government funded company.
Right.
And he's breaking just a bunch of privacy laws, right? Because he's like, well, first, before I check onto anything that I'm actually supposed to be doing, let me see what my my pregnant daughter's eating.
Right. Let me follow her from street cam to street cam
into a coffee shop where she's getting, a cream cheese bagel.
Right, instead of
which,
fruit.
which I mean, yes, it's not the most nutritional breakfast, but it's so good. God, bread is just like life,
I,
you know.
it's the reason I'm fat.
And then you put a bunch of cream cheese on it, you
The
know.
other reason I'm fat.
But he's like, hey, he FaceTimes her and he's like, hey, Faith, is that really the most nutritional breakfast that you could be eating? And she's like, how? She she catches herself. She's like, why am I even questioning this? Because my dad works for a data collection agency that has government clearance that can just take over any CCTV that has a Wi-Fi.
Right. Yep.
And then he like goes into like her digital fridge because that's what we need more in life, right? Like cameras in our fridge. More and more in life, am I just like I want to disconnect as much as I can. And so he's
Well,
like,
I'm like, I mean, because you think, hey, my fridge is going to remember that I'm out of ketchup and like message me when I'm in the grocery store. But now you know the government is seeing what you're eating.
oh yeah, anything that's in the I try not to connect it to any public Wi-Fi as much as possible.
Yeah.
But like, and I try I'm trying to keep as much things analog as much as I can. But they trick you. They get you to be like what's that Disney movie with the Wally? They
Mm-hmm.
want you all fat and stupid, and that's they want your brain to be all
Yep.
fat and stupid too. But he's kind of like just it's super overbearing parent. But he's just like and like he's talking to his daughter like not like dumb, cause like she's like, Dad, I have a PhD in biology,
Right. Yeah.
which can
Biological engineer.
kind of come into question in some of the decisions she makes later on. But let's not go there right now. But he's like, all right, baby, I'll talk to you later. Try to eat more healthy. And she's like, okay, Dad. Then he goes into the little computer. He's kind of like going through his emails. He sees that there's this hacktivist group that's
Yeah.
been sort of just dropping truth bombs. It's their version of Anonymous, which we have. Which Anonymous, if you're listening, like you guys got to do better jobs, man. Like, like you guys haven't been dropping any truth bombs, and last thing is Snowden. But they're like talking about like spilling the government secrets. Like the government has been illegally collecting data from everybody, and we gotta stop them. And so he's going through his little emails. He's like talking to government workers. Like, hey, when can we get a track on this guy?
Right.
Right. So we get introduced to Agent Collins, who's like, the president of DHS, and he's like, "Hey, what's up, Will? I need you to, zone in on this guy. We really need to catch him. The government's paying us a buttload of money, man." He's like, I got you, sir." And he's talking to like a federal agent. Meanwhile, like Ava Longoria's popping up, and she's like, "Hey, what's going on, Will? Like, what's happening, trying to talk over some, I don't know, some meaning. Like the first 15 minutes of this movie is just a dude starting up his computer.
Right. Right. You're getting to introduce to the characters in play.
Which I was like, it's kind of hard to see the connection with like NASA. This person from NASA, but like, okay, Will has
Well,
friends.
satellites and stuff like that. He's using satellites. He's
Exactly.
using like drones.
But then he gets a notification from Amazon that, hey, it's a $238 charge for a video game.
Yep.
And then he hacks into his son's stuff. And he's playing some sort of flight simulator, and his son calls, whose name is Dave. And he's like, hey, did you just delete my game? And he's just like, yo, son, I'm not going to do the Ice Cube voice. But he's just like, you got a master's in computer science. I need you to stop playing video games at my house.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I got a friend at NASA that could hook you up with a job. He's like,
You're
Dad.
right, because the first couple times he said it, like I didn't connect that it was NASA. This
Yeah.
is the NASA, and I was like, oh, that just must be some other government
Agency.
agency. Yeah,
No, and because when you get to see Avian Longoria, she has like the NASA logo. And so it's like, okay. He's like, Dave is like, no, Dad, you don't understand. The government is evil. And he's like, all right, well, you got to find a job. All right, I'm going to talk to you later. But like, let's kind of just roll into the actions. Something like the satellites start to kind of like fritz on him. And he's like, what
yeah,
the hell is going on? And like all of a sudden, all these like little pop-ups come up, like, oh my God, the world's under attack.
right. Because
Meteorites.
there's a bunch of like weird storms that like
Oh,
they're like,
that's
oh,
why
there's
Ava Longoria hit him up.
all these electrical storms, so we can't contact our satellites because there's all these like weird storms around the world.
Yeah, and Ava's like, oh my, Will, have you seen stuff like this? Look at all these storms happening all over the world.
And he's like, I can't be looking at storms. I'm watching my daughter eat junk food.
Yeah. Boom. I don't know. He has like some Staples button. Like, boom. That's, I don't know. But yeah, no. And then all the, I don't know how to talk. This,
The
I mean,
easy
like,
button.
yeah, basically, like, meteors start to hit the Earth, right? From all over the place.
Yeah.
And so, obviously, the first thing he does is he wants to check in on his kids.
Of course. Yep.
Trying to find out. He hacks into some systems, sees that his daughter is like gotten underneath like a shelf. Oh wait, no, sorry. Before the meteor starts to hit, we get a call from Mark, who is Faith's spouse or partner,
Yeah.
and he is a Amazon delivery driver.
Right. Yep.
And Mark is like trying to like integrate himself into he's trying to get into Ice Cube's good graces. He's like, "What's up, Pops?" And he's like, "You're not my son. Stop calling me Pops." Oh, that was a terrible Ice Cube impersonation. It's hard. It's a hard thing to do, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But he's like, "Hey, I got all these shirts for the baby shower. Look, I even got I got you on the shark. Look, he's all grumpy, just like you."
Right. Because baby shark, mama shark, papa shark.
And he's all grumpy, just like you. But he's like, all right, man, I'm gonna talk to you later. And then like he like kind of hacks his daughter's stuff because he like
Right.
Mark spills the beans about the baby shower,
Yeah.
and again, a super invasion of privacy. But they're doing like a little text. He's like, hey, I accidentally spilled the beans to your dad, and she's like, oh well, he's probably gonna see this regardless. So whatever. And he's Ice Cube's in his feelings because he's like, well, why wouldn't my daughter want me at the baby shower?
Right. Yeah.
And like you get a little bit of a glimpse of into his like life right now, because when he was talking to Dave, he's like, is this your house? Because mom stuff is all around here. Mom, and he's like, I'm gonna talk to you later. And he goes to like his wife's like memorial Facebook page, and he still texts, he still messages his wife. He's like, I miss you. Replays
Right.
like the
Because
voice message.
it's like the third anniversary of her passing or something.
Yeah.
And so.
And he still like replays like the last voice message, which is like it. Funny enough, it always seems like the last voice messages for a lot of movies is like, hey, honey, can you please take out the trash? I love you.
Right.
Or like, can you also stop being so scary to the kids? I love you. But yeah, no, and all this is kind of going on until the meteor starts to hit. He starts checking on his kids, and he's like, "Oh my God, what's going on?" And he gets a hold of Dave, and Dave is for some reason outside while all this is happening. And it's like one of the more tense moments of the movie because his son is like running around with his iPhone or his phone, FaceTiming his dad, and it cuts off.
Yeah.
And now he's like, "Oh my God, what happened to my daughter?" And his daughter's finally outside. She's like running away, and then we get one of the first terrible glimpses of the tripods.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a sci-fi level graphics, and I I don't know. Maybe was like were the CG team just mad? Were they mad? Okay, so like I did find out. I don't know if you found out. I usually like to save the trivia for you, but this movie was filmed during the pandemic.
Right, right. Yeah, and we didn't even really kind of mention that. So we're halfway through the movie now, and it is all done through camera lenses on
Yeah, webcams.
personal
Yeah,
personal devices. It's everything you see is it's the camera on Ice Cube's computer showing him. Everything he's looking at is like Zoom chats and you know
FaceTime.
Facebook and FaceTime. Yeah,
Yeah, it was very 2020 when people were still trying to do like movies, but they're like, oh, let's just do it on the webcam and try to tell a riveting story through that. Mostly
right.
horror, but you know. But yeah, no, his daughter's outside, and she like yeah these tripods, which are like the alien like spaceships
Right.
from the
50 feet tall.
yeah is attacking a helicopter, and it's like gunning after. It's like gonna crash into her. It does. She gets caught up in the debris, and then she gets like a what is it called? A rhubarb.
Yeah, or some piece of scrap metal from
Yeah,
the crash.
I think it's
Uh,
rhubarb because it was like a pretty. I think I saw like the metal bar, and he's like, "Oh my god, baby, run, baby!" But he's like, oh, "I'm gonna get you out of there," and it's okay. Finally, he's gonna go try to get out of there, but oh no, the building is in a lockdown. Whatever
right.
could Ice Cube do with these glass doors?
Top secret government building, data collection center. You know, when the poop hits the fan, it goes into lockdown.
Yeah, but then like his walls is all glass. I was like, oh, I come on, dad strength. I know you can, but hey,
But but
maybe,
why break the glass if the door on the other side is locked?
yeah.
So it's
And also like maybe in this data center, these are like reinforced glass,
true,
and it
true.
would
Yeah,
take like a robot from iRobot to get out of here. And so he's like, oh, let me. He starts to like do some hacking. He's like, I'm gonna hack everything and then unlock everything, and then oh, stop by an emergency door. So he gets back there. He hacks a Tesla. He's like, "Baby, I need you to make it to this Tesla, and we'll get you out of there." So she
yeah.
gets in there, but then, like, funny enough, like, very reminiscent of Arachnoquake. When you're looking at the when you're looking at the Tesla driving, and it's like showing the outside world, it's just another Sunday. There's no like people like running around the streets. There's no
Right. Yeah.
yeah. It's
World
just
invasion. Nobody's outside.
yeah. But like in this one, it's just a regular Sunday. Like there's just trucks, you know. But you know they decide to have like this moment. He's like, "Why wouldn't you tell me about your baby shower?" And he's like, "She's like, really right now with
Right. I'm on the way to the hospital because I have a metal piercing through my leg
and I'm pregnant."
and I'm pregnant.
But he's like, "Baby, hospitals are all full, so let's have this father-daughter moment right now." And like, and meanwhile, like, he checks like, oh, like her phone is like on 2%. So
Right.
he's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I'm gonna shut this off. I'm gonna end the FaceTime call." But he does have eyes on her in the Tesla, right?
Yeah.
But it's just going to like some random building, right?
It's supposed to be a medical. Oh, it was
This is a government
a
building,
government building that had a medical facility.
hopefully, right? And so he kind of cuts off contact with her. He's talking to, oh, like, oh, sorry. They were gonna find Disruptor with this FBI agent who is like not super famous, but you recognize her from other places.
Yeah.
And Disruptor is just running. He's just running a like a what's it called, like a false like little
Like a
signal.
VPN kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's like sort of also in the time where like shit is literally hitting the fan too. So I'm presumably she died. And so like now all these government agencies are like, "Oh my god, what's going on? There's all these aliens." And they're all like, "Will, can you find out what they want?" And he's like, "Got it." And so like Will starts to take like all these signals from around the world, and he's like making an Excel spreadsheet. I was like, is this really
He
the time?
totally is. Yeah, yeah. Because and then then you get on the it's about this time the president and like the chief of staff and the secretary of defense
Yeah,
all like do it like a teams meeting.
yeah, pretty much. And they're like, all right, I'll figure it out, sir. And then like this is the first time like while all this is happening that Ice Cube is like, what do they want? And so he starts to like look at all the tripods, and they're all attacking data centers. And
Right.
he's like, what do they want in the data centers? And he tells like Ava Longoria, can you go over there? And she like goes into the system, like the building that's closest to her, finds all these tentacles that are in this building, and she kind of captures some little specks that she sees.
Right.
And he's like, what is going on? And Dave calls. Dave is like, Dad, you have to listen to me. The governments have been lying to you. There's this system called Goliath. And he's like, you really think that I wouldn't know? I know
Right.
everything.
Yeah.
I got eyes on everything. But he doesn't. He doesn't have eyes on everything but he just keeps hanging up on his kids in these times of crisis.
Well, I mean, like the world is being attacked by aliens, and then your kid's like, "Hey, let me talk to you about this conspiracy
Yeah.
thing." You're like, "Okay, wait, we could talk later." The White House just blew up.
But no, yeah, and so like what's it called? He starts to kind of like try to find. He's looking for the threads, right?
Yeah,
He's looking for
yeah, because initially, like all the aliens are like hitting major military targets,
mm-hmm.
and then it seems like as they start to spread out and move around, now they're like hitting smaller, like seemingly insignificant government buildings, and he's like, what the heck is going on? And that's when she, like the evil Longoria, is like, oh, this is like a database. Why would they hit that? What are they trying to do?
Yeah,
are they trying to learn something about us?
But meanwhile, also he's also keeping track of all the victories and defeats all around the
Yes.
world. I was like, who's keeping track right now? These numbers are also like astronomical. It's like 95 wins and 55 defeats. But then like when these tripods start to hit these data centers, he notices it's siphoning all the data from these data centers.
Right.
And while these aliens have this coordinated attack, as they drain the system, the world goes into chaos. The banking system is all gone. Everyone's money is gone. All these ships start to crash for some reason because before 1950. When we were having dogfights, we couldn't. Those were really just paper plane fights.
Right. Yeah. Airplanes are just falling from the sky.
Yeah, ship tankers like, oh, we don't know how to use compasses anymore. How Magellan was a liar. Christopher Columbus was a liar.
Right, because it's like you figure like, oh, the computers went down. We'll just turn the engines off and just kind of coast here for a second to see if we could figure it out. Not full speed ahead into the dock.
Yes. But it's like, oh my God, they're trying to hit our data centers. And Ava Longoria was like, oh, also, the meteors was a coordinated attack to take all of our satellites out.
Yep.
Which I was like, okay, cool, all right, fine. And so now they're like, oh my gosh. And Dave finally hits him back up like, Dad, you don't understand. I'm Disruptor. And he is like, "Oh my God, my own son is a menace to the government." Meanwhile,
your national threat number one, other than the aliens.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Mark finally gets to Faith, and he's like, "Oh my God, Pops, major accident. She pulled out the rhubarb," which I was like, as a bioengineer.
She should know a little bit of biology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you're not... Come on. It's even in TV shows at this point. You don't pull out anything that's inside of you until you got blood bags ready for you.
Yeah.
And a full medical team to stitch you back up. But he's like, don't worry, Dad. I got packing tape. Which I was like, this woman's gonna go into sepsis at any point.
I, but really, like the packing tape's probably not a horrible idea.
It's not a horrible idea, but it's also like, well, hey, let me put cloth over it, like your shawl that you have on. Let me wrap it around and then packing tape it, not
Yeah,
just straight up packing tape. Oh man, it's so like, and then Ava Longoria. This movie's a mess. Ava Longoria calls back. And he's like, "Oh my God, Will, look, these little tiny things. They're like little robots that just suck up freaking data."
right. They're eating it.
Yeah, and
They're
so
eating the data. It's not just they're erasing it or
yeah,
they're learning from it. It is their food.
yeah, and so like before like Ice Cube, hangs up on his son again. He's like, Dad, just look at this data file that I have on Goliath. And so he does, and he's like, oh my God, the government's been knowing about tripods. They're not just for holding up cameras. And like, yeah, and so like Roswell was a tripod situation. They're over there trying to suck up all some data, you know?
Yep.
And he's like, oh my God. And then he sees like a photo of his boss there. And then he hears an audio file, which they warn him. They're like,
Right.
don't do this or they will come back because that is just too much data.
Right. Yeah. We've had a few of them come to Earth because they see little traces of data. But if we create Goliath, it'll be the largest database super hub.
Buffet.
Yeah. And there's, yeah, they'll be here for snacking.
Full scale. And he's like, oh my God. So he calls back his son. He's like, all right, I'm in. And he's like, all right, cool, man. Father-son bonding moment right now. Let me introduce you to the whole team. And it's like, dude's name is like Thelma and Louise, Tiny, like Little John, whatever fucking names that they have. They're like, oh my God, your dad works for DHS. Oh man, you're a fucking traitor. He's like, no, you guys got full immunity. He's like, well, prove it. And so he like erases like their file that they've been building on them.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, cool. And he's like, well, what we got to do? They keep eating data. He's like, well, if they're eating data, we can corrupt them with a good old rabbit virus.
Yep.
And so Dave is like, got you, Dad. I got it. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Computer. And they're able to upload it, but they're like, it stops halfway.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my God. And now they're pissed. And now they're like, oh, but they're like, cause like the tripods start to counter hack them.
Yeah.
And they find out about the whereabouts of Goliath. So now they're coming after Will because Goliath is in his building. And he's like, oh my God. Ava Longoria calls back and he's like, oh my God, Will, I have to show you, little microscopic thing. And he's like, these aren't just robots. They're living beings as well. And they're like, oh my God, how do we stop them? Oh, ding, ding, ding. The project that his daughter has been working on, which he had seen when Faith and Mark were talking about, because Mark, supportive king, you know what I mean? He's like, my baby's so smart. Look, she's about to like, cure a whole bunch of diseases with this program, whatever fucking thing that they made up for her. And they're like, oh my God. So, and it's like some sort of like biohacking thing.
Yeah.
About like rewriting DNA or something like that. And they're like, oh my God. So they call Faith back, who like surprisingly hasn't bled out yet.
Right. Feeling much better. She had a sandwich and a glass of water. She's doing good.
She got some snacks, like the snacks that you get after giving blood. And she's like, they're like,
here, have some Oreos and an orange.
I was like, come on, man. You guys can't give me like at least like a voucher for some food for somewhere. But Dave is like, hey, can you send me all the data that you have on your project and I could write a virus for it.
Right.
And so they're like, oh my God, but how are we going to get this? Because Goliath is down there and we have to do it directly because now we have some UA-2 bombers coming after me. And Mark is like, don't worry, Pops, I got it. They've been training us to do these deliveries with these drones. And it's like, I'm super good at it, bro.
Right. And it's this like, well, here, I'll email it to you. You put it on a thumb drive and then just use the thumb drive to like,
Mm-hmm.
upload it. And he's like, why would I have a thumb drive with me? And he's like,
Which,
I got a thumb drive with me.
yeah, which you know what, this is probably the thing that makes the most sense in this movie, is yeah, I feel like in a government agency they probably would be like no portable data storage device,
Totally. Yeah.
especially in a data storage facility.
Yeah.
And so like now we get like to like one of the bigger, like probably the most exciting scene of the movie is like Mark having to navigate this drone that's like has to go through a bunch of tripods. Dave, getting the ability to hack into like some drone bomber. And
Right.
then, like, in the middle of it, the drone gets knocked down, having to hack into somebody's phone, texting them, hey, we'll give you free internet for a year. And the guy's like, what? So you guys can track me? I was like, bro, you have a phone. They could already track you. You should have
He
a
does.
flip
He
phone.
doesn't. Yeah. He's homeless. He's probably got all those conspiracies. Like, yes.
Yeah. Oh, but, no. A true conspiracy theorist would have a burner flip phone that he would have to like break every time he uses.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he's like, no, here's $1,000 Amazon gift card. He's like, well, okay. So he flips it over, and he's able to get it to what's it called, to Ice Cube. But before Ice Cube, does all this, he like sends out a letter to his first to only his daughter, but now to his son.
Yeah.
And he's like, dear Faith and Dave, parenting is fucking hard. And it got a ton harder when your mom left, but I promised her that I would protect you. But it's still really fucking hard.
It almost is like you said that as a joke. That's almost like word for word what he said.
Just think about Ice Cube writing you a letter as the dad.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he's like, I got it. And he like, he's able to kind of break in there. Because he's like, tells his daughter, like, oh, can you, I don't know. He gets the code somehow. Like, I was like, I feel like also a data agency would also scrub footage every day, if not every hour. But let's not get into semantics. But yeah, he's able to upload it, and you're like, oh my God, Ice Cube's dead. But then we get a montage of like him at his daughter's like baby shower with the grandpa shark shirt. Like, classic Ice Cube face, like not liking that he's wearing this shirt, but he's like, I have to be supportive because like his wife said, now he has to be a little bit of mom and dad,
Right.
single parent, and he's like he has to bring a little bit of the softness that his wife had into this. So yeah, super adorable, like little photo montage. Maybe him and Ava Longoria get together. Who knows? They kind of had a little bit of chemistry.
It seemed like it, yeah.
Right? And then like, what's it called? Not Phil Collins, because no, Agent Collins. He gets arrested because, yeah, Goliath is a super like illegal. Because he's like, we're not even gonna have to ask for fucking cookies anymore, Will.
Right. Yeah. We're gonna have this giant computer that watches everything all at once.
Pretty much Skynet.
Yeah.
And so like the Secretary of Defense is like, hey, well, we need you to do it, but in an ethical way. And he's like, sorry, not gonna do that. Me and my son are gonna be watching you guys now. The movie it ends. God. What's it called? Let's go into our other section, high star, low star. Kobe, do you have a high star for this?
There is actually a bunch of 10 out of 10s.
Yeah.
They seem not as heartfelt as you feel like they would. But here we go. 10 out of 10. Academy, or we take it to the streets. This is the most underrated movie of the year. Don't listen to the haters. This movie will take you on an adventure. You will cry, you will laugh, but most importantly, you will learn to love again. Phenomenal performance of the year by Cube. He will pull at your heartstrings. The way he deals with his children. The CGI will make you feel like you're watching something from the future. The cast is unbelievable and work so well together. They have a great chemistry that can only be built over time. You will go on a journey with each character. I would say Cube's performance reminds me a little of Daniel Day-Lewis in There Will Be Blood. It's it's kind of a role that you could tell that Cube pooped his whole heart into. I cannot wait to see what kind of adventures they take us on in part 2.
Jesus. 1 out of 10. The trailer tells you all that you need to know. Inexplicable, non-stop use of split screen with online conference software app like Zoom or Teams, with close-ups of the apps themselves and their annoying sounds and menus. Meanwhile, half the screen for most of the time we get Ice Cube's face, and terrible acting makes us wish for the Microsoft Teams menu to be shown up close again. The government security expert doesn't seem very well trained, using his computer to do video calls for every Tom, Dick, and Harry that he knows throughout the day, and therefore too busy so can only send text messages to the people he actually works with. I had to switch it off because I could not stand it any longer. You know what? As bad as this movie is so bad that it's good.
Agreed. It's ridiculously fun.
Yeah, because like this movie has a ton of lazy editing that if you pay close enough attention, they're just using the same clips of Ice Cube for a lot of it. And it's like, do we like? I feel like sometimes they're like, oh, let's just loop some Ice Cube, like just him chilling in front of this computer. And I don't know, man. This movie has like some decent actors in it that like they're like, oh, you guys, oh, Jeff, you want to pay us like 50 or I don't know, $1 million, $2 million to act for an afternoon? Sure.
Okay, so to not give it an excuse,
Yeah.
but this movie is actually 5 years old, and it was filmed during
the
pandemic, where the movie companies were limiting the amount of direct contact you have with people. So it's kind of an interesting way to bridge that. We're like, hey, we're going to do everything via computer monitor, video camera stuff. So nobody actually is really in contact with each other.
Yep.
I appreciated the attempt to still make a movie during the pandemic.
I know, but there's also like the flip side of that is like, why was the graphics so bad? Like the explosion, like what's messed up too is like a lot of the footage, like the actual news footage that we've seen in this movie, I think they're real, and they're just put aliens in the background.
That's exactly what it happened. There's actually like a website that has like where each footage piece came from, and this is like an actual airport. This part is actually like a universal sound set or whatever, but this was from the Japanese the aftermath of the Japanese 2011 tsunami, and
which is kind of insensitive. And because like they're not the first movie to use real footage for movies, but those movies are so much better. And this one, they just put aliens in the back, which is like hilarious to me.
Yeah. And it's a way to make a attempt to make a low budget film look high budget. Because it's like, look at all the different places we filmed at. Wink, wink.
Yeah, like that was like the only thing that kind of like, because it's to me it's more funny when like it's a Prime movie, right?
It is.
Amazon has a lot of money, billions of dollars,
Right.
and
Yeah.
it's like you guys could have paid at least good. There's like good YouTube graphics artists or like with special effects people that you guys could have paid like a million or two to be like,
Right.
hey, can you make these tripods look semi-real?
I like that it's an Amazon Prime exclusive movie, and the last half of the movie is, in a weird way, like a advertisement
Yeah,
for Amazon Prime.
yeah. The whole
It's like, oh, you don't have a thumb drive? Well, I can just fly one over to you with my drone, but I can't activate my drone if you don't get on Amazon Prime and place an order
yeah.
for a thumb drive.
Oh my god. And it's like to entice this guy, we gave him $1,000 Amazon gift card.
Yeah.
And like it's so funny the ease that Ice Cube was just able to decrypt anyone's stuff, government or personal,
Right. Yeah.
was like, oh come on, we he's not even doing any coding. He just has like programs. He's just like right click, decode.
Right. Yep. Everything is like Facebook master code. Boop, boop, boop. Got it. Okay. Uh, DEA,
DHS,
NASA, master code. Doot, doot, doot. Okay, got it. Yeah,
which
yeah.
like as ridiculous as we see it as, it could also be super scary if it's just that easy.
I, right. That's true.
But if it is that easy, any hackers out there, if it is that easy, could you do what Mr. Robot did in the first season and just clear everyone's like debt, student loan and credit card?
Right. Let's just add a zero to the end of each person's bank
Oh,
balance.
yeah, that would be awesome. Or like, just clear I'm not even asking for that. Just clear all my debt. Student loans, credit cards, anything I don't even know about right now. That would be super sweet.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
No, and like, yeah, Ice Cube's acting. You know what? Like this, I mean, it's really shown. Like in this light, it's really brung it to light that like Ice Cube really just plays himself in every movie, and
It,
it kind
he
of.
had a little bit of gray hair and glasses in this one, so it was different.
But like, you know what? It made me like want. It made me crave to see Ice Cube in like a drama.
Yeah.
Because Ice Cube, he writes a lot of the movies that he's in. I'm pretty sure he didn't write this one, or maybe he did. He's like, sci-fi stuff, cool, I got you. But I would love to see him in like do like a dramatic movie. I don't know. How about you?
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Like,
him.
because you get like Ice-T does dramatic stuff when he's doing like the CSI and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Yeah, I would love to see him do something drama, something like Ice Cube isn't Ice Cube. I can't imagine him being like that all the time. I'm pretty sure he has some downtime where he's just like really chill. Or like he's just grumpy, but not like overly grumpy like he always seems to play himself as.
right.
Cuz like you've seen Ice Cube do comedy, but he's like more of the straight man whereas he has like a comedic like partner, which is like, Mike Epps, Kevin Hart, Chris Tucker.
Right. Yeah.
But I would like to see him do something just like a straight up drama where he's just like maybe he's playing a mentor to like a youth, or to like I imagine him being like a substitute teacher. at a school, or maybe even like he's a teacher at a preppy school, and he's like trying to bring all these rich kids down. I just Ice Cube, please
But
give me something.
like a stand and deliver like
Yeah,
teacher, not
yeah, poet side, Dead Poet Society.
yeah.
I would love to see Ice Cube pivot into doing drama. He probably doesn't have to. He has enough money. But if he wants to keep acting, I would love to see him do a drama. Oh man. But we're coming up to like our time. And I'm also extremely hungry. So, if this thank you guys for joining us. If this is the first time you guys are joining us, make sure to check all of our other theme months down below, where we have holiday themes, which is our major ones. We have actors, actresses. Maybe we'll have Ice Cube month. I don't know.
I, right. We can find a drama for him.
No, I know the drama that he's in, and I don't want to watch that movie again. I don't know. The Players Club is like a one and done type of movie. It's just really sad. But yeah, we have a bunch of themes out there for you, so there's definitely going to be something there for you. We do our reviews in 4 different sections, where we have Stream It, DVD, Blu-ray, and the Ultimate Box Collection. Kobe, where are you at for this one?
Even though this is currently sitting at a 3% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 6 out of 100 on Metacritic, this movie is going to go down in history as like cult classic.
Yeah.
Like this is like meme-tastic. Like I feel like we've got 10 years of Ice Cube memes just pulled straight out of this movie. Like, so to me, like, this is Blu-ray. This is I will watch this again. Like, just throw it in the background all the time. Like, just it's ridiculously fun. Like it is. There's lots of times, like I say, there is a big difference between a good movie and an entertaining movie.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they can be the same, but this is by far not a good movie. But this movie was super entertaining.
Yeah. I'll get a Blu-ray if somebody out there remasters like the graphics.
Oh, I don't want it if they're going to remaster the graphics. This is like,
it wouldn't change the acting though.
This is like 2012 straight to Sci-Fi Channel graphics.
I know, but like I feel like if you put it on Blu-ray, it'll look even worse.
It'll look worse. That'll make it so much better. This needs to have like a one night release in movie theaters. I would love to go see this on the big screen.
I feel like I would have to go with you, for the camaraderie.
Oh,
because I feel like Teresa's like, I'm not watching that. I'm not gonna pay $18 and $30 in snacks to watch Ice Cube look at me.
Right.
Oh man, if the way you say it like that, yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe the worse it looks, the better it gets on Blu-ray. I can't imagine what are the extras. You know what I mean? If I will get a Blu-ray if the extra, if there is because I don't know why movies don't do commentary anymore. I need Ice Cube to do the commentary for the movie he's predominantly speaking in for 90% of the movie. It has to be, I want it to be Ice Cube and Ava Longoria because I want her to be like, they paid me $2 million to do this movie. But let's talk about it. Oh, man. But thank you guys for joining us. Make sure to check all of our links down below where we have all of our social medias.
Yeah, we got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Threads. We're on everything.
Yep.
Send us a message.
Yeah, talk to us. We want to talk.
So, aliens die from a virus, and I thought it was kind of an interesting that they were like, oh, hey, we'll give them a computer virus because they eat data. was a little interesting twist that they did there.
Yeah.
But you have to kill. This is to everybody out there. Find some place to reply to us. You have to kill aliens with a virus. How, what virus? How do you do it? How do you infect them? Are you like, I'm sending Ron Jeremy out there and we're,
Bonnie Blue. I'm just like coughing in their face. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna, it would be an awesome way to kill aliens is just to like fart on them bare butt so they get pink eye. I don't even know if they have eyes, but I just feel like, you just can't fart on people, bare butt, Jesus. Oh man, but yeah, definitely let us know. But thank you guys for joining.
We depend on you guys to save the world.
Thank you guys for joining us. My name is Barry.
This is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This. If you guys want to check it as a theme music, it is Lee Rosevere. It's called Arcade Montage. It's on the album Music Podcast 3, and the Bandcamp is down below.
Thank you.